So if you see here the cast, what is this? Actually, I discussed this in the chapter of fracture. To immobilize the part, a cast is the device which is used for the immobilization of the part. Part of what? Part of the fracture. Cast material includes plaster of Paris, it may be of fiberglass, it may be of plastic. So all comes in roll and that can be applied in a manner similar to using an ace bandage. Like how we go on putting our roll bandage, same way we can use the plaster cast. Plaster casts are heavy, it can dry, it is easily can be dried and lose strength and integrity if they become wet. But only thing is that we have to make sure that to make it tight, to make it dry, we should not use any kind of water, or it should not be wet. Fiberglass and plastic cast are light in weight. It can be easily dried, and if it can immersed in water, and again it can be re-dried. They are excessive and may macerate underlying skin. Casts are usually applied by a trained orthopedic specialist under supervision and direction of a physician. All right. So this is the introduction for the plaster cast. Okay. So now you can see here what are the various purposes for plaster cast. This is very common question which is asked in the examination. It doesn't come as a long question, but it comes usually as a short note. Care of patient with plaster cast. So cast can be used for several purposes. First is to immobilize the fracture, to hold the bone fragments in reduction. That is when it can be, it's called close reduction. We have discussed open reduction, close reduction, if you remember. So it is used as a close reduction, manual reduction. Like once it is manipulated into the back into the position, and then the plaster cast is wrapped around. To prevent movement in soft tissues injuries, to maintain proper alignment and correct deformities, to permit early mobilization. So these are the some of the very important purposes of cast. First is to immobilize the part, remember, to help in reduction, in placing, in healing of the bone fragments which has been like fragmented, or it has been displaced from the original position due to the fracture. Then soft tissue injuries, it can heal the soft tissue injuries, as well as then it maintains the alignment and correct the deformities, and then it will permit early mobilization of the patient if the plaster cast is been applied in the proper period of time. So now type of cast, there are various types of cast. So we need not to go in all this type of cast in detail, but at least you should know the name, and so that by when it will be shown in the pictorial representation, it can be easily identifiable to you. Short leg cast extends from below the knee to the base of the toes. Long leg cast, it can extend from upper or middle thigh to the base of the toes. Long cast and short cast in the legs. Then short arm cast extends from below the elbow to the palm. Thumb spica or Gartland's cast, it's extend from below the elbow to the palm and include in the thumb. Then again long arm cast extends from axilla to palm with the elbow normally immobilized at right angle. Walking cast, a short or long leg cast with rubber or metal walking device attached to the foot. Body cast, full encasses the trunk. Sometimes you might have seen in hospital, whole body to the trunk is been up to the trunk is been involved. That is called as body cast. Next is shoulder spica cast, a body cast that encasses the shoulder, trunk, and elbow. Hip cast, a body cast that encases the trunk and one or both lower extremities. So these are the some of the types. So at least if you can identify the name, and from the name it can be easily identifiable, like short leg, long leg, short arm, right, thumb spica, long arm, then how the walking cast is, body cast, shoulder spica cast, hip spica cast, all these things are representation of the each names, and accordingly it has been categorized. Clear to you? Yes. What are the
Yes,
purposes?
ma'am.
Yeah, what are the purposes of caste and what are the types of caste? Okay. Now, there are so many things, but here only I will highlight on the important points. Care of the patient with newly applied caste. Say, just after application of the caste, patient is transformed from the minor roti and you are receiving the patient. So expose a newly applied caste to ear circulation. So you give it ear, right? We should not, so many visitors, we should restrict, we should make it uh, exposed to the air dryer, like it automatically with the environmental air exposure, it will start drying. It should not be covered, should not never be covered, because the cover will restrict the escape of moisture and heat, and this is essential as a drying cast generates heat within the plaster as the moisture evaporate and the casts harden. The easily the cast will harden, the easily the healing process of the underlying fracture fragments will start. Handle a wet cast carefully. If at all the newly applied cast, because that time also it will be wet. So you have to handle it in a very careful manner. A newly applied cast is set and firm when the patient leaves the cast room, but it is still damp and easily damaged. So usually it takes 24 to 48 hours for the cast to become dry and hard. Handle the cast by lifting and supporting it on a pillow or with the palms of your hand. Never use fingers as they will leave indentation. It will give finger mark if it is very wet. Until then, till that time, we should not allow any touch on the plaster cast, which can cause pressure areas within the cast. So you have to be very careful while handling a wet cast. Provide plastic covered pillows to support the cast along its entire length. Never permit the wet cast to rest directly on a flat or firm surface, as this will flatten the contours of the cast and cause pressure within the cast. So you can use a plastic covered pillow, but we have to be very careful that it should not come in direct contact with the wet cast. Then we have to review the patient's clinical record, what type of cast is been applied, then what is the reason of application, right? Then interview the patient whether any discomfort is there after application, right? What type of, you have to advise the patient on handling the cast. He should not touch it, he should not itch the skin, right? So all these instructions we have to